Okay, here we go. Welcome back to some more Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Hope you all are doing well, having a great day. So remember, this is male Shepard, Adept, Paragon, but Paragon and Renegade bars are full, and I did romance Ashley in the first one. So I did, in the previous video, I haven't finished talking to Jacob, and there's something here as well. Briefing comm room.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one linked to each world.
So that's not very feasible.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Elusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Elusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
Okay, cool. Like I say, very interesting.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
People that came up with these ideas.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Okay, so once again, he's investigate. The investigate you can do over. Something that's actually interesting, thoughts on the mission and opinion of the crew changes as you get more crew members, and the mission one as well as you progress with the main story. So you can ask him that more than once.
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
That thing about the dark pants is hilarious. Okay, so once again now you can ask him about this, and once again what I mean is if you don't ask the information and stuff and take all the options there is, then you don't get them again. Next time will be a different conversation.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Okay, so he doesn't have something to say at the moment.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
The talk we had with him previously was that thing. So you'll see you get those like kind of answers if they don't have anything to say at the moment. We can quickly see here. So here you can work on your whole team. As you see, that's all you've got. And there's the arc projector. But like I said, I'm not really going to use the heavy weapons, so and with them as well. So I say you only basically have 2 weapons in this thing. It's kind of silly. Okay, so with that,
No messages for you, Commander.
I am going to my first destination. Hey, but if you're having fun with me and you haven't yet, remember to subscribe, enable notifications, that bell button so you know when I post. Hit the like, let me know that you like the videos, and then you can always leave me a comment. So they want you to go to Omega first. Also, this is kind of different from the first one, as you actually can control them normally now. And you actually have fuel. So if you see there's the fuel. And probes as well. So fuel, you can just hold X. You see it actually takes quite a bit of money. And then the probes, you can just use triangle. So as you see, there's recruit Archangel and the Professor and recruit the Veteran. Now the fuel you only use if you go out of this line. See, when you fly to, like, if I would go to Fafnir now at the moment, then I would use the fuel. But in here you can fly around as much as you want. But before I do anything else, I'm going to the Citadel. But I'm not going to explore the whole Citadel, I'm just going to do something quickly. And I'll probably get Kasumi Goto as well while we're here.
Commander Shepard, enter the password and receive a free gift. Got problems with collectors? Try Kasumi's credit services. Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Okay, so as you see, there's Kasumi Goto's thing right there, and it continues to go on and on until you click on it. And this is how it looks here. I love those entrance things when you come into this Citadel. It looks so cool. Okay, so this was in your email, or you can just tell her to cut the crap.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Goto. I'm a fan.
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
Are you sure?
What makes you so sure?
There's a certain aura about you. Like you've seen things no one else has. Even without knowing what you looked like, I knew it was you.
Okay.
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
And we can ask about the deal.
I assume this deal is something I should know about?
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
Okay, then we can ask about that.
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
Nice.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware?
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
Tell me about this former partner of yours.
His name was Keiji Okuda, the best hacker and entryman I've ever known. Unfortunately, he slipped up and made himself infamous. He stole something he shouldn't. He warned me it was bad, something that could spark interstellar war if it got out. That information got him killed.
What could he have found that's so bad?
He wouldn't say what it was, just that it was dangerous. He said if it got out, humanity would be in trouble. He encrypted it, wrapped it up in his own memories. To decode the information, you have to sift through all the time we spent together. Now those memories are all that's left of him.
Okay, let's get it back, or I see why you want it.
I can understand why you'd want to get it back.
Getting it back will be easier with your help, Shepard.
Okay, so that's all of them, and then you can say we'll take care of it. Only if there's time.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
Okay, cool. So you've been up there all that time. But it's so funny, you look kind of funny talking to an advert there.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates 1 to 1.3% of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38-kiloton bomb. That is 3 times the yield of the city buster dropped on Hiroshima back on Earth. That means Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space. Now, Serviceman Burnside, what is Newton's first law?
Sir, an object in motion stays in motion, sir.
No credit for partial answers, maggot!
Sir, unless acted on by an outside force, sir.
Damn straight! I dare to assume you ignorant jackasses know that space is empty. Once you fire this hunk of metal, it keeps going till it hits something. That can be a ship, or the planet behind that ship. It might go off into deep space and hit somebody else in 10,000 years. If you pull the trigger on this, you are ruining someone's day, somewhere and sometime. That is why you check your damn targets. That is why you wait for the computer to give you a damn firing solution. That is why, Serviceman Chung, we do not eyeball it. This is a weapon of mass destruction. You are not a cowboy shooting from the hip. Sir, yes, sir.
I don't know, just the way that guy presents it is so funny for me.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'll need you to remove any biotic amp you might be wearing.
What? Why?
Unfortunately, sir, biotics can be used as a weapon. The rules require me to confiscate all amps. Could you please hand over yours?
I don't have one. I'm not a biotic.
Oh. Well, when you objected, I thought...
You humans are all racist.
Can I help you, sir?
It's been a couple of years since I passed through here. Security seems to have tightened a bit.
After the Geth attack, there was a review of security protocol. A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
You'd think a Geth would stand out.
Assumptions are dangerous. Be alert, be safe.
Okay, so this one you can actually come and get this conversation with other teammates as well. Some of them, their responses are pretty funny.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
And you don't even need to really talk to her, you can just walk through.
Obviously, security has tightened since you were last here.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
This is annoying. Technically, I was.
I was listed as missing in action a couple of years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
It's kind of silly that there's that door there, but you'll probably never get there. And once again, they show you the map, so you can look at the map.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just because you ask.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Okay, so then we just need to talk to Captain Bailey.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
You're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes. Hell, if you have unregistered gene mods, they can even figure those out.
That is kind of ridiculous, from skin flakes. So, Renegade, you can actually say leave it alone, so leave you as dead.
Your sergeant said you could help with that.
Usually you'd have to go through the station security administration to reactivate your IDs. Then to customs and immigration to regain access to the Citadel itself, and probably a stop by the Treasury. Spending a year dead is a popular tax dodge. But I can see you're a busy man. So how about I just press this button right here, and we call it done?
Couldn't one of us, or both of us, get into trouble for that?
There's no way to fool the DNA scanners in that tunnel. You're you. Why wait in long lines and fill out a massive useless hard copy paperwork to get to the same place? The Council does everything by the book. They've had thousands of years to write it. Sometimes things need to get done without a committee vote.
He's kind of an interesting guy. Seems a bit irregular. Leave it alone or do it.
You're not big on formalities, are you?
I'm with them right up until they keep people from doing their jobs. There. I just saved you about 9 days of running around. That said, you should head up to the Presidium and tell them you're still alive. The Council probably wants to talk to the one who saved their scaly asses.
Ooh.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
Okay, so Renegade, screw the Council. That's my plan.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
Okay, then you can just investigate.
It looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
Okay, so his investigate mostly stays the same. Get to the Council we've done already.
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other four are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a Quarian the other day.
Okay, humans in
Last time I
CSEC.
was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
The CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
I overheard your conversation. Make him scream a little?
This isn't a Presidium. All they have to worry about are protesters outside their free speech zones or someone's poodle crapping on the grass. Down here, we have drugs, organized crime, and murder. Policing a ward is like policing New York City. Sometimes you have to work outside the Council's rulebook.
That free speech zone, isn't that the Hanar from the first one that wanted to talk there, and then you have to like convince him or either let him talk there? Okay, so that is all of that.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
So Lai says, I'll explore this place more. I just basically have one reason to do this at the moment. Now, the thing is if you talk to Bailey, then these things aren't actually available, as far as I remember. I could be wrong, but let's get to the Presidium.
This meeting would be more productive if Udina was to join us.
My advisor is unavailable. As counselor, I represent the voice of humanity and the Alliance. Shepard will be here and... Oh, Commander. We were just talking about you.
Something that's kind of funny that I wanted to mention before is, it's kind of funny that you just dock there with a Cerberus ship, because the Normandy SR2 does not have any. There's Cerberus signs all over it, on the sides and on the outside. Also, Marana Jacob is in armor that's got Cerberus signs on it. It's kind of like weird that you're just walking around here and just docking.
It's been a long time, Anderson. I hope the last couple of years have treated you right.
There have been some rough spots. It's good to have you back.
We've heard many rumors surrounding your unexpected return. Some of them are unsettling.
We called this meeting so you could explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. After all, you saved our lives in the battle against Saren and his Geth.
You mean Sovereign's Geth?
The Collectors are abducting human colonists in the Terminus systems. Worse, we think they're working for the Reapers.
The Terminus systems are beyond our jurisdiction. Your colonists knew this when they left Council space.
You're missing the important part, Counselor. The Reapers are involved.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Shepard, no one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
But here's something that's like him and his crew. It's more than one person.
Saren was an organic. The Geth would never accept him as their leader. They only followed him because he was Sovereign's agent.
Saren was a compelling and charismatic individual. He convinced the Geth the Reapers were real, just as he convinced you.
It was part of his plan to attack the Citadel. The Reapers are just a myth, one you insist on perpetuating.
We believe that you believe it, but that doesn't make it true.
Go back to Ilos and talk to Vigil. Or just look at what's left of Sovereign. It's obvious the technology is more advanced than ours.
The hologram on Ilos is no longer functional, And we have found nothing to suggest that Sovereign was not a Geth creation.
The Geth are capable of remarkable technological achievements. This is probably why Saren recruited them.
This Reaper theory proves just how fragile your mental state is. You have been manipulated. By Cerberus, and before them, by Saren.
Oh my word. These people are delusional.
I kept Saren from conquering the Citadel. I sacrificed human lives to save this council.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason, a capital offense.
That's too far. Shepard is a hero. I'm on this council too, and I won't let this whitewash continue.
Maybe there is a compromise, not a public acknowledgement given your ties, but something to show peripheral support.
Shepard, if you keep a low profile and restrict your operations to the Terminus systems, the Council is willing to offer you reinstatement as a Spectre.
Okay, so screw you, then you do not get your Spectre status back.
What does that mean? Will I need to start filing reports?
That won't be necessary. This is a show of good faith on our part.
We cannot become involved in an investigation regarding the missing colonies in the Terminus systems, but Spectre reinstatement shows our support of you personally.
Okay, so I'm honored. I guess that's all I can ask.
I accept your offer. It's good to have the Council on my side.
Good luck with your investigation, Shepard. We hope for a quick resolution and a quick end to your relationship with Cerberus.
Well, that went better than expected. You realize the Council's offer is just symbolic. They won't actually do anything.
Even if they don't help, I might as well stay on good terms.
True enough. Don't worry about the Council or the Alliance. I'll find some way to keep them off your back. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you keep to the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard. What are you doing here?
Stopped by to see how Anderson was doing.
You don't have to cover for me. I invited Shepard here to speak with the Council. We just finished our meeting.
You what? Counselor, do the words political shitstorm mean anything to you?
Relax, Udina. The meeting went fine.
The Council reinstated my Spectre status. They're just happy I'm staying out in the Terminus systems.
Yes, I could see how that arrangement works best for both sides. But you really shouldn't have taken a step like this without consulting with me first, Counselor.
I don't answer to you, Udina. Why don't you go to your office and think about that for a while?
Of course, Counselor. Good day to both of you.
Sorry about that. Udina's never gotten over the fact that I got the Council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
Udina's just doing his job.
True enough. He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, he knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
Okay, then you can investigate and everything.
How long did it take to get this place back up to speed after the battle?
Still counting. The main areas of commerce and the most populated wards are complete. But estimates for total restoration are sitting around 5 years. The Keepers always surprise us, though. It's like our repairs are annoying. We'll put up an ugly new bulkhead, and in a few days, they've made it seamless. We never really thought of them as heavy lifters, and I have no idea where they get the resources. But we'd never get done without them.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
What an excuse.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
What happened to Gunnery Chief Williams after the Normandy was destroyed?
Operations Chief Williams is still with the Alliance, but she's working on a special mission. It's classified. I can't say any more. Not while you're working with Cerberus, I'm sorry.
Like I say, it's ridiculous. It's like working with Cerberus and treason or whatever, and then it's like, here's your Spectre status, and there's like 2 Cerberus agents right next to you.
How have the last couple of years treated you?
Serving on the Council isn't how I plan to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
You should come with me. But then who's captain of the Normandy?
Forget Udina and the Council. Join my crew and help me stop the Collectors.
I'm too old to go racing across the galaxy. Much as I complain, I've got an important job to do here. The front line. That's got to be yours.
Okay, so that's everything.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
Oh, I remember. Now, unfortunately, this is all you see of the Presidia. You can't talk to him again if you want. Now, if you don't want to know what happens if you don't say the Council, then this might be spoilers, so don't listen to this or skip this part. But if you don't save the Council, then it's 3 others over here, a Salarian, a Turian, and a Asari. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know if they give your Spectre status back. And that was the annoying thing, is this with Mass Effect 2, if you didn't play Mass Effect 1 and before this Genesis comic, it was always the Council was dead and the new 3 were there, and like I said, they're even worse than these, if you can believe that. And Udina is a counselor, so the conversation here with Anderson is a lot different. So it's, as I said, it was really actually a crap storyline you got if you just played number 2 without playing number 1 before the comic. Okay, so you can always come back and talk to him, but let's just get out of here. So I just wanted my Spectre status reinstated.
Earlier when we spoke, you were very open with me. I like that, but I hope I didn't come across as too flirty. I don't want to overstep my bounds.
Okay, informal is fine, let's be professional, or I liked it.
You're very charming, Kelly.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Okay, so this is always the same. I just wanted to show you.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll...
Cut her off right there. Okay, so unread messages, nothing. Normally, that doesn't actually count as a mission, so they shouldn't have new conversation. Let's see, he might have something. If you just stand behind him.
Nominal to profile. You look out there and sometimes it's just like, you know, there's all this... It's like, you know? Is there a problem with the, no? Oh, that's good too. And... still good. So, come here too often? Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
As you see, they don't really have
See you,
any new
Commander.
conversations. I just want to see or show you something that is pretty cool for me. Is like if you saw there it tells you who's on this deck. So Kasumi is over here. Now she's a little bit different from all your other teammates because she's a DLC character. I don't see Edie here. Maybe she's in the other part. If you want, you can mix drinks here and get a little bit drunk. The screen starts floating a little bit. So we can quickly talk to her about these things.
That painting has a special place in my heart. An art collector hired me to steal it. When I got there, the painting was gone. On the way out, I saw it being hauled off by another thief. I chased him down, tackled him, and took the painting. That's how KG and I met. We never did turn it into our employers.
That's sweet.
The red rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met KG that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. KG dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last.
So these last two are my favorites for what she talks about actually.
Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. KG used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I agree. I feel the same with like the books and stuff. It's better than feeling like a tablet in your hand.
That's my favorite piece, painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an ID as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work.
So I think that's pretty cool.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change. Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil. People think he's a bad cook on purpose, like he's trying to teach them a lesson. I think his ramen is okay, but it's really hard to ruin ramen. I'm not really sure what to do with myself. Not much call for thievery aboard a ship. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
So you can click on her about 5 times and you get conversations, but it's random as well, so you probably get some of the conversations over and over. And yeah, once again, if you want, you can close it. So I think that's pretty cool as well. And see, even their conversations don't continue, so you have to like do a mission or something and then changes. Okay, but that is where I'm going to end the video. So the big thing is I just want to get my Spectre status back. And believe it or not, that it does actually come up in conversation. So it does make a little bit of a difference that you can actually say I am a Spectre or something. So there does come some authority with that. But I hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying this series. And have a great day, and see you in the next video.